Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look and unboxing first impressions of the BLU Advance 4.0 L2. In this instance, we're checking out as a package deal with Telestial's BLU 3 pack, which you can pick up through their company's website for about $150. It's an unlocked smartphone, which is a very low-cost, budget-oriented device that also includes $100 of credit, so you can use it to call as well as access limited data services when you're traveling abroad. And Telestial is a subsidiary group of JT, and they offer fairly low-cost deals if you are traveling or maybe going on vacation to Europe or to Asia and you want to pick something up just for dialing without having to pay a more hefty fee using your current carrier, then this is definitely an option to consider. So again, at $150 you get that $100 of credit, so it makes a phone more or less $50 is what you're paying, which I think is a decent deal for a BLU device. So taking a closer look at the box here, again a pretty typical BLU box. If you've seen BLU's previous phones, you'll be right at home here. The Advance 4.0, in terms of specifications, we have a 4-inch TFT LCD capacitive display, which is capable of multi-touch. There's also a 1.3 GHz quad-core processor on board, a 3.2 megapixel main camera, including a selfie camera on the front, which is a 1.3 megapixels. There's 4 gigs of built-in flash storage. It supports up to 3G services, so it's not a 4G LTE phone, but there is also a micro SD card for expansion. And what's impressive about this is for a fairly low-cost Android smartphone, it comes equipped with Android version 6.0 out of the box, so very up-to-date as far as the firmware and software is concerned. So the package also shows that it comes in a few different colors that you can select from, and the bottom also features the content. So if you open this up, again, we see that JT has also pre-installed the SIM card, which is nice to see. It actually includes an adapter, so the SIM card itself it comes in multiple sizes. It's a full-size SIM card. It also has the micro and the nano SIM, so you can pop it off, and in the case that you want to place it onto, let's say, your own Android or your own unlocked iPhone, you can still do that. Finally, there's the phone. We'll take a closer look at this in a moment, and below here there's access to the travel accessories, the power adapter, pretty standard stuff, as well as a micro USB cable for charging, a very long cable. You can also use this for syncing when you plug it into a computer, Mac, or PC. Finally, there is the battery. So this is what the battery looks like, and it is a 1,200 milliamp hour capacity battery. It's not bad for a fairly small, 4-inch phone, so probably will do the trick, and it probably will last you for about, I would say, 1 or 2 days before you need to recharge it again. There's also a quick warranty information as well as how to set things up for the first time with that double SIM functionality, and more info from BLU in terms of a user guide. So taking a closer look at the phone first. Again, it's a plastic phone with a glass display on the front there, so a pretty standard as far as the slate form factor. Overall, it does look fairly attractive for this low price point, and we'll try to insert the battery first. You can see the back has this interesting, almost a leather texture to it, so it adds some extra grip, makes it easier to hold and to handle in the hand. And if we can find, let's see, with one of the grooves on the sides there, it seems like the entire edge can be pulled off, where the back plate wraps along the edges, so that we can insert this battery. So again, it supports 2 SIMs, which are stacked on top of one another, and there's also a micro SD card slot on the side there. We'll pop everything back together, and you can see that the back also features an LED flash for that 3.2 megapixel camera. There's the BLU logo, and there's also a power key on the side there on the right-hand edge. The very top features access to the micro USB port for charging. Takes roughly 2 hours to completely charge this phone. And there's also a 3.5mm headphone jack. The left-hand edge features access to a volume rocker, so it's a pretty elegant as well as a standard design as far as BLU phones are concerned. So powering things on, the top also features the aforementioned earpiece, front-facing camera, the BLU logo again, that display, which is a typical LCD, so it isn't AMOLED or anything too fancy here, but viewing angles are acceptable for a, I say, non-IPS display. And the bottom also features access to the traditional home, back, and menu keys, which are also capacitive. The speaker, I think, is integrated somewhere, but there doesn't seem to be physical grills that give away its position too easily. So again, it does have a skin that's provided by BLU, so it's not a completely stock install of Android, but it's fairly clean. They've changed the wallpapers and some things here and there, and pretty responsive. It's going to ask us to set things up for the first time, and let's go ahead and try that. We're going to try connecting to Wi-Fi next, and we've entered the password. It seems like the keyboard here is actually fairly responsive, and it's a full QWERTY layout. Of course, it has an accelerometer. As a 4-inch phone, obviously the keyboard is a bit more limited in size, but it's not bad at all. The screen seems fairly sensitive, and you can get used to it, I think, quite quickly. After this, it should tell me to enter my Google passwords and accounts so I can download more apps from the Play Store, and it's probably just going to take me directly into the home page, which again is pretty typical for BLU. Again, the main thing here is that it is running on Android 6.0 Marshmallow, which is fairly up-to-date for such a low-cost, budget-oriented smartphone, which is nice to see. So anyways, guys, this has been a quick video first look, unboxing first impressions, which have been positive, of this very entry-level BLU Advance 4.0 L2. In this case, where this is from Telestial's traveling package, which you can again pick up for about 150 bucks. More links in the description below, and we're going to come out with a more detailed review of this phone as well as that package very soon, so be sure to keep posted for that. Thanks for watching here at OS.